Good evening, gents and non-gents. John Boston back again. If you guys missed the live stream, that was great the other day. This will be my last live stream for probably a week and a half. Saifu in, Haley. All right, let me clarify what I mean by feel sorry for the guy. Now, if the guy has no idea that the lady's married and he's a sucker, I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad. It's more of a figure of speech than anything. He's going to get all the same problems that you had, but it's going to be transferred quicker and there's going to be less patience. We should actually say, we should probably say he's a sucker. Sorry, sucker. But whatever, I don't even think about the new guy. I'm just thinking, you know what? He is literally the guy that the potential gal is with now. My gal is a complete beta male, simp, very wimpy, snowflake, carries the flag. He's part of a movement, the alphabet soup movement. But she ain't going to stand for any of that because she's going to be bored of him quick too. So I tell the guys, you know what? You just brushed off something that's going to affect the new guy even quicker. So more power to him. Remember, whenever there's a woman with a guy, there's a guy that's tired of that woman. That's what I meant. Anyhow, good to see everybody. It's Saifu. I have zero concern about who my ex-wife is with me now. She is not married. Absolutely. More of a figure of speech. Lisa Smith is back. We'll be doing a live stream with the first female guest. Excited about that. D-Man 50, shout out to you. Denz Dorado in the house. Hey, you. Why did I dream of my ex? I've had that. I actually had a nightmare about 2 weeks ago. Matt Downer back. It's getting cold out in Utah. It's probably cold in Michigan. Yes, and those issues are magnified now that she's older. You do not. I just can't imagine how my ex deals with the new guy. She's got to run his ass in the ground. He can do no right, all the problems got transferred, and the patience, that's literally 80% less patience now. He's a sucker. It doesn't look good. Shout out to you, Robert, back in the house. Texan Robert with her dad. Spike back in. Got the doghouse. Don't hit up your ex. She's been through all kinds of shite with all kinds of guys. Leave it and don't weep. Let the next guy do the weeping. Trust me, he will. That's what I'm saying. These guys that they monkey branch to, whether the guy if the guy knows she's married, idiot. But the guy that has no idea thinks he's getting a princess into, he had no idea what's going to happen. No idea. If you had to deal with all this stuff, he's going to deal with it quicker, the same, if not more problems, and no patience from her. Good advice. The doghouse. Looking forward to stream of Lisa Smith. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good one. I saw this on a 2 Daily. I dropped my ex-fiancée, Poker Junkie 83. She went to someone within a month after being together for 2 years. I felt worthless for a minute until I realized how miserable the new guy must be. And that's just a way to get over it, right? Just imagine what the new guy's getting. He's going to get everything you got and more in less time. We're talking about the 98 percenters, not the 1 to 2. You're exactly correct. The next man will have less quality time with her before she does him wrong, says the Saifu Black Irishman in Boise. Yes. That's the only reason I feel bad. He has no idea what he's getting into. Because what you're coming out of was a shit show. Now he's got a shit show matinee. For double the cost. Love kills. It doesn't just bite. Def Leppard. Remember the Def Leppard song, Love Bites, Hysteria? Every song on that, I had the cassette. I was too poor to get a CD. Cassette was $8.99. The CD was $16.99. Every song was a hit. Way to go, Matt. Bringing back the leopard. Z-Force 196. I recently got played by a biatch who worked with me now. Now I realize it's a blessing in disguise. Sometimes, I tell these guys, just be glad. It is a blessing. It's a great thing. I'm really glad that I don't have to deal with my ex anymore. Now, I'm upset about the family part, which guys that have kids can understand, not having a cohesive family unit, but it was a shit show being married. And I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that, walking on eggshells that we all did, trying to make them happy. Now, I'm also going to give credence to the men. We could have been better. I could have been better. I own it. I'm accountable. But you're right, Z-Force 96. Joe Biden, hey, Rad, just started watching your vids last week. Keep it up. Good to have you. And Joe Biden, where are you at? I'd like to know where the folks are. T-Tox L-Bag, feel sorry for the guy that has to pick up your hamster wheel roll. Ain't that the truth with an F? Well, thanks for being here, D-Man50. Oh, one fast Dak, the onester in the house. Hey, hello, Rad, my MGTOW brothers up in Canada. Cold up there. It's cold today, 41 degrees down here. But I did an hour walk, and my hands were a little cold, but the sun was shining, so I'm all good. Hope you're doing good. One's got a great channel, growing by leaps and bounds. Saifu's got a channel. Who else we got a channel? You guys all need to put your content out there. Would be fun to accept her inevitable reach out request to meet for coffee, then ghost her. Or, what movie was that where he ghosted her in the end? Oh my gosh, it was actually a movie where the guy got broken up and then she came back and then he ghosted her. Oh my gosh, you got to figure out that movie. It was like a couple years ago. We all could do better. I agree with that statement. No one's perfect. I'm so happy that I remember how vulnerable I am to being love bombed. I made a choice to be with my waifu, so I win. You are happier than you've ever been and have more peace. I salute you. Joe Biden, I just blanked a single mom that I worked with last week, got her number on Friday, smashed Saturday. Now she's mad because I'm ignoring her. They just want a beta boy to support them. Just smash and pass. Well, be careful with that too. However, don't get involved emotionally. Just remember, be careful. What about Muslims who got 5 wives? It looks more alpha than Western marriage. Ranaja won back. I'd agree with that statement. That area of the world and religion is going to be the leaders in the next generation or two because no one's having the amount of kids they are. However, they're also susceptible to the internet. Jefe Salcero back. Good to see you, brother. North Jersey. Is that Morristown? I had a buddy from Morristown. His mother had the thickest Jersey accent ever. George P. back. Hey, Rad, good to see you. Hope your vacation went well. I hope you got out and did some good things. George has been reading the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover. Read that book. It is a must read. Kim Khan, my ex of 2 years was in the Bahamas getting married 2 weeks after leaving me with pics on Facebook with title, I love us. Never made any sense because she said the same to me too. This doesn't mean anything. Hey guys, listen. If your lady that you love for 5 months, 5 years, 50 years, 20 years, leaves you and gets married within 6 to 18 months, pick up a chair, pour yourself your favorite beverage, and a big old box and bowl of popcorn and watch the shit show because it's going to unravel quick. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. You think dopamine is insulated by a second, third, or fourth marriage? Hell no. That's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for the next guy. The shitstorm comes quicker. You think a blizzard comes in the winter? No, it's coming in the fall now. That's how quick it comes. Jerome back in town taking his DHEA. One of my cryptos hit overnight. Love the DHEA. Good for you, brother. Living on purpose, Mr. Jerome Markell from Brooklyn. 70 Fahrenheit here today, North Carolina. Dang. Man, at 41 here. FJT back. Check out FJT's channel as well. Posted the last voicemail from a crazy lady. Good to see you, FJT. I absolutely feel sorry for the man my ex is with now. Wish him the best. It's not the fact that, like, it's like you're going to cry over the dude. It's like, man, this guy has no idea what's happening. You know what I mean? But you want to watch it because it's going to be a shit show. And this is a way to get over a breakup. If they move on, and they move on, right? They're always moved on even before the breakup ends. Watch back. Sit back and watch it. No one, I mean, and a lot of times when they break up with a new guy, they come back to you guys. Saifu, if you can afford to be married to 4 women, keep them in different houses, just like the polygamists. Or different rooms, I guess. Yep, well said. George P., is it good for men to be single or not in a relationship for long periods of time? There's no energy drain. Being single has a lot of advantages. It really does. You work on yourself. You realize that you are your only judge, jury, and executioner, if you think about it. You decide what you want to do. You're captain of your plane and go for it. Got to do more collabs with people, says Torres. I agree. If you bang your coworker, you're at risk of getting harassment. Yeah, it's not good to get with a coworker just because of what can happen. HR department is all run by women or effeminate men. Jerome, if you have a girlfriend or wife, she controls you, and that's why she's picked you. I, as a guy, can't say she will be mother of my kids. That's the only reason for men to marry in 2021 kids. And it's very risky with kids because the statistics have proven that most marriages end in divorce, especially with kids. And the men doesn't get to see the kids. Well, let's just say you don't even get to see the kids half the time. You still miss half of their lives. Sad. I got to do it. D-Man 50, 18 degrees here in New York. Whew, that's cold. Get yourself a pizza on the corner in Manhattan. Saifu to George. Yep, and George is 26. Saifu 65. Listen to this advice. Focus on yourself first, then engage in relationships with your eyes open. Well said. Well said. No cake is worth the icing, as I said before, Matt Downer. Oh, you know what? I love cake, but sometimes they put too much damn icing on it. I have to wipe it off. Red Mind Man back. Check out Red Mind's channel again. Good to see you, brother. He's got some great content as well. Whoever she leaves you for, she will soon regret and then run back to you. That's what I'm telling you guys. It's not over. I mean, literally, but do you want her back? No, you never take an ex back. Don't go through the garbage to get yourself the lunch for today when you tossed it out yesterday. It's as simple as that. The same problems will exist, if not worse, and the disrespect has only been amplified on her end, and you've disrespected yourself. Be like Leo, dump him and move on. Title, feel sorry for the guy she left you for. Feel sorry for the guy she left you for. New York City, IG lives. Good to have you, brother. Rad, next week is Thanksgiving, so watch out for those party. Lots of women are desperate in the cuffing season. True words of wisdom from the John Boston. Well said. Yep, from now till February, March, guys, they on the prowl. They don't want to be alone. You can also engage in nofap or get a doll like me, says Saifu. Polska Bob, back. Polska Bob, big contributor on One Fast Dax channel, Wrenching on Hammer's channel, but wanted to say hello. Good to see you, brother. Tell Hammer hi. I always catch him and Coach Greg Adams stream, but they do them all the time, so I got to pull one in every now and again. So I didn't tell you the best part. She got married in Bahamas within 2 weeks of leaving me, and then she had a big, oh, geez. Wow. It's a double gold medal at the Wackadoodle Olympics right there. But how do you deal if you want kids but don't believe in LTRs, Joe Biden? Well, you got to be careful. You know what I tell guys now? Don't have them. And I don't like saying that, but the reality is you are not in it for a good thing. Being single, you make money and stand 6 foot taller when standing on your wallet. You're always an inch taller on your wallet. There you go, guys. You short guys, just stand on your wallet. You'll be an inch taller. Be like George Costanza on Seinfeld when he put all of his receipts in his wallet. Well said, Jerome. Red Mind, I'm not sure. I feel sorry for the guy after me, especially when they're arrogant, condemning, undermining you, slandering you, and feeding into lies, pretending to be the father. I agree with that statement. But he has no idea what's gonna rain on his parade. He'll get his recompense. I mean it for the guys that go in it. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. This guy he doesn't know what he's doing. So just watch back. Be the stable one, as we all are. If you're born rich, oil family in Saudi Arabia, you already made it in life. Where in the world do you get a ski resort in the middle of the desert? But Saudi Arabia. Is that Qatar? I see the poor schmucks pushing shopping carts at Walmart with their controlling woman barking orders, and I thank God I'm not that guy no more. Retro Gamer 82. Well said. She needs a reality check and some therapy, Matt Downer. Z-Force 196. People make fun of me for being too picky, but I've seen what people have been through, and those people have been divorced 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Guys, they're divorced once. It's going to happen again. You know, and that's one way to move on. The same thing that happened to you is going to happen to the new guy. Quicker with more hurricanes. Trust me. Be glad. Basically, the title should be glad you're out of the situation and let the new guy soak up all the negative. Vintage Soul back. Good to see you. Nice icon. Let's go, Brandon. Really enjoyed conversation guesting last time. That was a great conversation. You know, I mean, 2 guys that have experience. John's been a contributor from the early days. His experience is extremely important to guys. And yeah, that was a great one. We'll have more. We got to do more collabs. Rad, I sent the stream on marriage to that buddy of mine who's marrying the 300-pound, 2-ton Tessie with the Hyundai accent with broken springs. He won't listen to it. Can't help him. Hyundai accent with broken springs for 300 Trebek. Dang, man. And I have seen the pictures, guys. And John Boston is one. Actually, he is a million times correct. She looks more than 300. D-Man 50 Hammers live right now. Wanted to join with Rad. Well, thank you, brother. Catch up. We'll catch Hammers later. You guys catch back and forth. Walking through Ghost. Just scheduled my vasectomy for Feb 5. Just got back from the urologist. Wow. Well, mine was done, and I've never regretted it. Good to have you walking through Ghost. Hello, I'm George. I'm unemployed and live with my parents. Can't beat Seinfeld. Kramer gives the best marriage advice, guys. You don't have to listen to Red Pill. Go listen to what Cosmo Kramer said to Jerry about marriage. Imposters deserve no sympathy, in my opinion. Highlighted simp. They are propagating the lies and ruining your kids just as bad as the garden tools in that enable. Maybe some can be saved, but it won't be me saving them. Be stable. Your kids will eventually figure it out. I'm pretty sure all my exes are telling their current boyfriends how awful I was. I broke up with most of my exes, but I'm pretty sure they'll lie and say they broke up with me. FJT. Never believe what they say in less than half of what they do. It's because now you need to cope. You need to cope right now. Or you're coping. You just need to understand. Don't cope. The coping for 300 Trebek. If she didn't have sweater puppets or roast beef, no man would talk to a female. That's the only reason we give you attention. Many males marry for the hope of sex. Did you know that? Well, we know what happens. There's only the 1% to 2% that will make you a meal, scratch your back, bring you a soda pop. CJ back. Check out CJ's channel. 9 times out of 10, when she leaves you, she's going to pick up 20 to 40 pounds with the next guy. He'll go from dating an NFL cheerleader to a linebacker. Well said, CJ. Well said. The last man she was with was always an abusive ass clown, but you are the greatest for now. It's funny, I had a friend that got divorced, bad divorce. She remarried a simp. Total simp. And he had 2 kids at the time. I think the kid was 1 and 4 or something. And it's been 15 years. But she got in a fight with the new husband like 3 months later at a soccer game. I don't know, some event. And the ex-wife started like flirting with the ex-husband, my buddy. I'm telling you, they all come back. FJT, I have no kids. I got a vasectomy years ago. No regrets. Yep. And if you get to the point where my idiot brother, reversed his vasectomy and then had 2 kids after that. Massive surgery, but you got to know what up. T-Talks very early morning. Friday will be 90% red moon lunar eclipse in the northern hemisphere, guys. Gotta love nature and the magnificent sky shows. Yeah, and I think you begin appreciating things later in life. You see a nice sunset and that moon, yeah. Start appreciating. Well said, T-Talk. Never sign a contract that rewards a female to break it. Protect your signature and semen. Well said. I always used to say you don't get rewarded for destroying a family. That was my theme in my divorce. So if you're going through a divorce, pick a theme. Mars back in the house. What's up to you, brother? Retro gamer, the 12 billion why there's 12. Reason number 12 why I don't shop at Walmart. Too many Karens and simps. Have you guys seen the Karen one when she's trying to get people to repent and come unto Jesus? She's a blonde Karen. And she uses some mother effer words. You got to check that out. Went to Costco, saw lots of weak males following their queens, stomping through the store, bank accounts hemorrhaging, and tons of useless holiday shizzle overflowing gigantic cart. Ain't that a picture right there, guys? Well said, Red. Well said. And here's a follow-up. I bought underwear because I needed them. I don't even go to Costco anymore. Why? And maybe I'll get a new pair of Levi's for $10 or $12 less than what I can get them at Kohl's for. But there's no reason to go for me anymore. Unless, maybe the pumpkin pie, $6, big old pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. But you're right. We only go when we need things. I remember going with my ex. She'd fill that damn cart up, if not 1, but 2. D-Man 50, glad that's not us. Absolutely. Be Free Asia. I just saw a photo of my old friend and his wife on Facebook. His eyes are lifeless and he looks like a total zombie. I would say 98% of those marriages are like that. There's only a 1 to 2% that I say that truly, truly, truly stand by their men. And those are becoming rare and rare and rare. Red says, I'm done ranting now. I can say hello. Yeah, hey, you know what? We're here. We're an open forum. Voice your opinion, folks. Voice your opinion. Never take your ex back, says the goober. Those are the 5, what are those? The 6 most important words in the history of the English and all languages combined. Never take your ex back. Never take any ex back. This is Halloween, and we'll highlight this. I would probably reword that and say, I am aware of female nature. At one point, I kind of felt that sentiment. And then I realized, you know what? I don't hate them. I just understand them. And it changed a lot. Took away a lot of things. With the modern women these days, who needs enemies? Flying solo never felt so good. Free agent lifestyle, right? Right? You know, the first time when it all came to the end for me, you know, there was a lot of anger and hatred, and I get it. It's a red pill rage. Then I had to realize, man, I got a mother, I got 3 sisters, I got an ex, I got a daughter, I've got aunts, neighbors, I work with women. And I just said, you know what? Man, I hate feminism. And I just understand female nature. And I understand it's a superpower. If you really think about it, It's a superpower. You know exactly what you're getting into. Or you have, like, it's like literally a 95% prediction of what will happen. FJT, Rad, you need a wife, cheek fillers, and a sharp jaw. Playing guitar and skateboarding is cope. FJT's always got some funny one-liners. Damn right. I need to cope. I need to go get a Just for Men for my gray beard. Just for Men to dye my beard. I still have affection for the ex-wife, but I'll never live with her, and sure as hell will never have SCX with her again, says Saifu. Yeah, I look at mine as the mother of my kids. I'm not going to be I'm not a fatalist in the sense. I agree with that statement. I'm not a fatalist. I don't have any affection, but number one, there's nothing in common anymore. We share kids. We had some good times, rough times, but that's about it. It's time to move on. I read the book. I don't need to read it again because I know what happens. D-Man 50 never will have kids again. Won't trade mine for anything. Good for you. I don't feel sorry for the new guy. I feel thankful my ex left. If you get to that point where you really feel thankful, that's a great place to be. I'm actually grateful that I'm not married anymore. I didn't get married to get divorced, but no way. What I had gone through, the circumstances, would I ever get involved with her again or be in a marriage again? No way. Monk for life. In this simulation, we as men are expected to accept a bad deal. If you don't allow her to divorce you and take all of what you work for it, you're a misogynist. Who hurt you? How dare you? You're still hurt from your ex. You know how many times I've heard that, Jerome? You're still hurt. You're bitter. No, I'm not. Ivor the Boneless. Well, it's pretty easy. Vasectomy up your income and go overseas for fun. Focus on yourself. LTR just ain't worth it without the very religious, family-focused culture of the early 1900s. Very well said, brother. Where are you from? John Boston, this busted Pillsbury biscuit can asked me if I knew this guy who said he was a gangster. That was her opening line to me. Oh, man, I wish you had your phone on. Oh, that's funny. John Boston. This is Halloween. Walmart is full of single mothers with kids. Uh-huh. And you know what made them single mothers? They did. Now, for the few douchebags that left, or for the widows, that's one thing. But for the most part, they chose to lay and have children with men. Renaja 1, marriage is beta thing nowadays. As Greg Adams says, it's for the poor and weak. Why do you think it's called Walmart? All the wall hitters congregate there. Oh, that damn right. I would never take my ex back. She knows what she does wrong, but you never take an ex back and never take an ex back who put you in court for 2 years. Truth. I ran into a coworker. He's high up in the biz, probably well into 6 figs. He's a 666 kind of guy. He said he was there because his queen called. Meet me at Costco. I need your truck. She's going to get a new love seat and a couple of picnic tables for the back and some throw pillows and some picnic sets. I know it. He's a plow horse. Yeah, never take an ex back. They're an ex for a reason. They are an ex for a reason. I went to Target last night. Every woman is over 2 honey. John Boston. Truth, truth, truth. People make fun of me not having a family or girlfriend, but I don't care. Some of my colleagues are struggling with their significant others. Sometimes it's best to ride solo. Mars, you got the memo and you memorized it. Good for you. You don't need somebody to make you whole. Remember, captain of your plane, you decide where it flies, when it flies, and who rides in it. Saifu says, I hope you have healed from that trauma. I think we all heal eventually. Just doesn't make sense to hold on to hate negative anymore. Now, I understand why people do it, because I did it. You begin to hate feminism and the court system and what it does to men. That's why I put this channel together. The only thing I really miss is that I was doing really well before her leaving and been trying very hard to pick life back up. Haven't been able to establish myself like I was before. I don't know what to do. Move. Move your energy. That's it. Don't think about what. Accept the reality. This is what I tell guys. This is what I had to do. I accept my situation. I accept the fact that I'm single. I accept the fact that she's monkey brain. I accept the fact that I'm divorced. I accept the fact that I'm, 300 pounds and balding and I need to lose weight. Once you accept that, your mind will go to great lengths to make that acceptance a reality, but it'll also put new opportunities. It's psychology. If you don't accept where you're at, your mind will try to fix everything. And then you move. Move energy, work out, ride your bike, walk for hell's sake. It's free. Hike up a mountain, go find a new hobby, go to a new place in town you've never been, drive a new street, go to a new place to wash your car. When you move energy and molecules, things shift. Trust me. A bachelor is a guy who never made the same mistake once. Phyllis Diller, CJ. Well said, brother. That anger and hate for females is absolutely warranted because they know exactly what they do when it comes to hurting a guy. Of course it is. We all been there. Let it get you to the next stage and then get rid of it. Be Free Asia, they don't care about their weight now. It's disgusting. No, they don't. No, they don't. Go look at all the fat phobia, fat acceptance. If you don't date a fat woman, you're fat phobic, they say. Marcella back. Hey, you. Hope you've been well. Same to you. Same to you. Oh, damn, son, that dead eyes comment just caught up to me. I was there in a living death, afraid to leave and afraid to stay. A living death is very well said, says Saifu. I want kids one day, but I dislike blank women. Well, maybe that feeling will go away eventually. I can't imagine being a 666 guy with a hyper consumer queen demon at home sucking up my enormous check 6 ways to Sunday, the treadmill of damnation, almost like the mark of the beast, Red Mind. Check out Red's channel. He's got some good content that talks about some of these, rants. Good stuff. Slaves in Babylon until it falls. Yes. Michael Fulton. That would be for marriage if we lived in a patriarchal society. Feminism has made women antisocial, depressed, and has turned them into weak men. Not strong women. Feminism sold women a raw deal. Boy, isn't that the truth. Ain't that the truth? Good to have you. Thank that new guy for relieving you of that fat load. You dodged a bullet, Neo, and freed your mind. Be more thankful for what he did. In Hank Snow's song, a good gal is hard to find. C-Force. I agree. Sayan Aura, my peace and happiness worth more than peace leave. Well, if that's all you chase, that's what people chase, they're not going to be happy. Solitude and happiness within oneself is your treasure. Single mother will raise her son to be a loser, then resent him for it. This is Halloween. A lot of single kids from single mothers habitate the walls with iron. Prison. Well said, Be Free Asia to Mars. Get rid of those people making fun of you. They are losers. Correct. Accept it and move forward is the key. D-Man 50. Damn right. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. There's D-Man 50. Investing money to crypto is wiser than spending on dates. Well, you'll get a return on investment. Hopefully. You have a clear vision, sir. The red pill helps you to get free from the hedonism treadmill, and the black pill reveals truth about the ladies and culture. Red Mind's got great stuff. So there's One Fast Stack. So there's FJT. Utah Cowboy. CJ Wilkins. I'm in the U.S., brother. Yes, brain rewiring is a real thing. I'm telling you, psychology says if you do not accept it, you will continue to run on a hamster wheel. You literally have to say, it's as simple as this. I accept the fact she left me. I accept the fact that I wasn't good enough to keep her. I accept the fact that she broke our family up. That's what you do. Learn it from a guy on a plane. Changed my life. Can y'all imagine a world in which the 98% magically appreciate and respect the value of God-sanctioned masculinity? that would be considered, that wouldn't be in like the Ready Player One universe, right? T-Talks. Philip Tesoro, yes, and the guy before me should feel sorry for me. Merry-go-round of hypergamy. Round, 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 round we go round. Lisa Smith, I wonder how long these single women will take to realize how crappy life is without a man in their life. It's a better world because of men. Men wanted women not to slave over a fire pit, so they created the stove. Men wanted a quicker way to cook food, so they invented the microwave. I think that statement's wonderfully correct, Lisa. I don't think they'll ever see it. I'm a stupid phobic. Stupidity for 300 Trebek. I already know the answer to this, but to any guys here on the Instagram that have Instagram, why do you think she watches your story but never messages you? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? Got some good ladies in the forum. Why would they care about weight when they can get on dating apps in 1 sec and replace you? Correct. Happens. Good explanation by the Red Mind Man. Marcella N. I've been in Orange County recently. I haven't been able to tune into the live stream, but I still watch them afterward. Good stuff you're putting out there. Always appreciate your comments, Marcella. Appreciate you guys being in the chat. Takes men and women. I would agree. So people say, is it ever going to turn around, Rad? Yeah, really? You ever heard of the word programming? I think if God came down and said, change, they still wouldn't change. Maybe we'd increase the 1% to 2% to 3%. Kevin Samuels is trying to do it all the time. And women are still tuning in with the same issues. They don't want to be women, or be feminine. They want a guy to do everything. Fat acceptance is part of the depopulation agenda, F.A. Salcero. You might be right. It's funny, all my friends from high school that got married, half went through divorce, ended up living alone, paying child support. Another half still married, are so unhappy, drinking alcohol every day. We all thought marriage would be a paradise. Until the female accepts her biology, the world and relationships will never be the same. Men are waking up and not falling for the BS. I think men are realizing that it's not as easy as their forefathers. Thanks, man. I have a lot of ideas rattling in my noggin. Yeah, you got some good stuff. I'd rather be alone than to live in hell trying and be not good enough. D-Man 50. You know who else says very along the lines of Red Mind Man is Sound Engineer, our wonderful brother in the Eastern Europe area. I'm saving myself for my husband rain on a tin roof, but I think about SEX a lot. Should I tell the man I'm dating about how much I crave sex, or will he get the wrong idea about me if I tell him? He knows I'm a virgin. How old are you? Where are you from? How long have you been dating him? And how old is he? It is so unfortunate that modern women never considered men as a companion or helpmate, but an opponent. Ooh. Saifu, bringing out the wisdom and a resource with no other authority or value. Geez, you guys are going deep tonight. Absolutely. They considered men an opponent. F.A. Salcero enjoyed the decline with a box of Captain Crunch and a bag of Twizzlers. My young son spontaneously blurted out, "You're a good dad." As genuine True Blue as ever sounded so much better than my ex. My son sent me a text that said something very similar to that a week and a half ago. I was blown away. Rad, a foreign girl, was going to see me. She said she'll do everything in the bedroom. Before she was about to come, she changed her mind. She said, how about we forget about SCX? I blocked her. Female nature, guys. Ain't that the truth? FJT. Reading my Bible, and I'm beginning to believe I'm what is known as a chosen one. I'm on this floating rock for a bigger task than working a job and paying bills. Being single is the best thing to be. Work on yourself and your music. If the woman loses her job, the man stays. But if the man loses his job, she will divorce or get sick. Renaja 1. Hey, Jerron, I know you're an actor. What have you done lately? Do you do comedy? Do you do thrillers? What do you do? Commercials? Timmy Kramer, me and Timmy talked today. Back in the house, work, donkey, plower, slave on the plantation. That is what a husband is today in society. I'm the 56-year-old forever bachelor. Well said, Timmy. T-Tox, young son melts my heart to red mine. That is, you know what? When you get that from your son, they get it. You just keep doing the same thing. Trust me. You know how many guys have commented in email and said they were raised by their mom and they were alienated, taken 3 states away or whatever. And by the time they're 18, 20, they completely dump their mother and spend the rest of their life with their father. Men are not stupid. Kids are not stupid. Be stable. Be loving. Never talk bad about their mother. The ideal woman is a total illusion. Just enjoy your freedom while you can before commit to a blind relationship. Vintage soul. Well said, brother. The 98% are. Excellent. My sons tell me all the time when my ex said it was just empty words. Oh, yeah. When you hear it from your own offspring, boy, no amount of money in the world could replace that feeling. Saifu, Rad, I have to go hard in the paint for you, sir. You always bring an A game, so I have to as well. Saifu! I got to hit your channel on Monday. For some reason, I'm always gone, but I always catch him on the rerun. Appreciate that, brother. I'm 26. He's 30. We're in the southern United States. Rain on a tin roof. Are you ready to marry? You know, I think that's terrific. How many virgins wait till they get married? I know a couple. A couple are in this chat. I think that is a wonderful gift that you could give to somebody. And hopefully you make it work. I think you have I think at 26, and maybe Lisa Smith and Marcella can jump in, but I think you are, you're hormonal. I mean, who doesn't? You're a virgin. You've been for 26 years, you have not had romance, physical romance with a man in that regard. So of course you're going to want that. I went on a date with a gal who was 46, never had, never laid down with a man. And she says, I can't do it anymore. I need to have it. And she was very religious. So I would say if you guys are getting together, I would, I don't know what I would tell you. I just think it's biology. So if there's something going, he wants to get married. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the course. I think once you open that Pandora's box, rain on a tin roof, you're going to want it more and more. Because it feels good. Let's be real, guys and gals. JR in the house, good to see you. How about we forget about SES? Because basically saying, I want to take everything and give nothing. That doesn't even get into morality of it. Oh, man. Guys are great. Females will never leave the Matrix ever. It has free prizes and gifts for false accusations. They can use their sexuality to get the free things. She's entitled to your money and time. Go watch The Divorce Corp. What Jerron is saying is truth. 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 My son, age 28, told me he appreciates me more than I can imagine. That brings tears to my eyes. Good for you. Wait to hear that. If it's true, then you're fortunate. Don't put yourself in a situation where you interact with other men, temptation, your relatives, and keep him in the gym. Well, good advice. Or try to stay busy. Red Mind Man brings the heat. Yes, he does. McTowski back. First thing I said to myself was before the pain kicked in, she's now someone else's problem. From now, what I've heard, the ex made the new guy go crazy. All right, I think I busted up for a second. You guys hear me okay? The first thing, Mike Towski, great quote there. Absolutely. Mysterio, finally. John Boston has to do his own channel. You two, the dynamic duo. Good to have you, Mysterio. Wonderful Canadian friend up there. Hope all is well. Waiting for your questions, of course. Off topic for what it's worth, Voyager Crypto pays out way higher interest rates than average banks. Guys, Red Pill is waking the financial world up. No longer is it centralized. It's decentralization, which allows freedom, unless they shut the internet down. An ex-girlfriend of mine from 10 years ago just got recently reached out to me to inform me that her marriage isn't working out. Brian Harris. The guy she's cheated on me with. So it's true, the new guy is temperate. I'm telling you guys, just if someone leaves you, karma caught up with her. You're going to get a ring on the phone or a knock on the door. D-Man 50. Yeah, John's thinking about it. He's got to be careful, though. My 2 cents is stay a virgin until you get married. It's honorable and upstanding. Your man will value you more as a result. Think long term. My ex-wife was a virgin until she left me. And ask Lisa. Lisa's been married. She was a youngster, has 3 kids. She stayed faithful. I lost 5 years in hurting over her suddenly leaving and getting married. I'm 41 now, and everything I try to get back into a good, stable position in life, I keep failing, and I feel too old to begin life again. Send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. Let's talk this through. Accept it and move. Trust me, just accept it and move. Sex is not an audition for marriage. It should be reserved for your husband only. Marcella N. If only more women, and the majority of women, all of women were like that attitude. What a world we live in. Rad, what's up to you, Wolf? Sorry I haven't been on a while. Uterus tubes deleted my 7th channel last month, just getting around to adding my fave. See you later, Matt. It's a shit show, guys. It's a shit show out there. I'm from a religious background, Jewish, and for the most part, I've hardly seen divorce. But the catch is when people get married in our community, it's more about playing roles instead of fair. Interesting. I would love to. I went to a Jewish bar mitzvah. My doctor was Jewish growing up, but the great family. I thought the Jewish, there was, expand upon that. I'm very interested in that. I can't do any more acting due to the fake beer flu. I did more Netflix and movie background work. I now just day trade, invest in crypto and NFT. You should be a crypto consultant, man. Good for you. And you have your certification in crypto. Good for you. Divorce is traffic court, like you said a couple days ago, in a coked up fashion. Yes, family court, I don't even know where it exists. You can't even have a jury. Trial by jury. Rad, what's up, brother? Sorry I haven't been on. Oh, I think I just read that. Okay. It's good that for a 26-year-old can abstain for that long. Pretty impressive. My husband and I were not each other's first, but hopefully we'll be able to be each other's last. Ooh, Lisa Smith. Well said. See, guys, we got some good ladies in here. What happened to mention MGTOW Bitcoins? Ranaja 1. I don't know. Ask One Fast. He might know. Or Hammerhand. I'm using both Celsius and BlockFi. So you guys are moving. This is great. Moving along. I drifted many years after my divorce. It was a red pill that saved me from drinking myself to death. Says Saifu. Saved us all, man. I knew I would be strong to get through it, but I didn't know how it would impact me until I found the red pill, and I was literally able to shift gears and to literally see a light at the end of the tunnel, even though it sucked today, 6 years ago. Even though my marriage was broken, my family was torn apart, there was alienation from kids. I just knew that this knowledge would help me. And it has. I can honestly say it has. In so many ways. SEX is a mutual handshake, a valued exchange, but female thinks it's value-loaded exchange, where they don't get anything out of it. I think that's great thinking. Robert A. Respecting on Geron for certification. I believe Vention bequeathed his BTC to his close friends or his kid. Did he have kids? Timmy Kramer, a gathering of the peeps on this channel in person would be awesome. We're shooting for it 2022. I'm just going to call you LE. Greetings from Finland. No kids, no wife, no problem. Live a simple, stable life and have fun. Good to have you, brother. We got a couple other Finnish guys. But tell us from your perspective, what women are like in Finland and what the family courts are. Remember, the family court is civil court. There are no rules of evidence or discovery. The judge has full authority. Correct. I told you, no matter how, if he don't like your tie, he can make your life miserable. JR, Rip Vention, absolutely. Good man. Miss his stuff. Don't ever marry. I got lucky with my divorce. I held out during separation until she paid the $300 for our divorce because she wanted to marry another guy. She copped an abuse charge soon after by the new guy. Bolo. Good to have you, brother. Yeah. Way to come out ahead. It's very rare that most men do. He donated most of his coin to his friends at the permaculture society he belonged to. Oh, good for him. Going out. Oh, he went out, man, just exactly like he was living. Giving advice from his bed. My ex-wife cousin told me she was wearing her wedding ring when she passed, but her actions of walking away from her marriage and children speak otherwise. It's eye-opening to accept reality. Slam Cave, good to have you, brother. And yes, your ex-wife passed away just recently. And condolences to the family. But life goes on, right? Vention did not have kids. Okay. For some reason, I thought he had a son. Vention left to his closest. Respect, absolutely. From an atypical Christian perspective, there's nothing in the Bible endorsing state involvement in marriage. The marriage contract is a contract with Babylon via the state. Red mind. Agree. Official marriage can be contractless, a solemn sacred promise before God and Christian brother. That's the only way Christian marriages will be possible in the future. Still a bad idea. Correct. Because a judge can make that marriage, even though it was done in church, can make it official and legal. Salute to you, Rick. I'm heading back to Vegas for a concert. Thank you, brother. Use my background money to get started. So happy I did. Good for you. Crypto dating for 300 Trebek involves no useless dinner dates. Separation of church and state. Why do some parents want to be friends with their kids? Because they don't want structure or routine, and they want to be liked. That's why. Mine did the same thing. Mateus, obrigado to you for being here. To have you again. We got Brazil all the way to Finland, Philippines. Stay vigilant, men. I've been celibate for 2 months now. Save money and have peace. Nothing wrong with that. Captain Will, I think it's only a good idea to get married if she is a virgin and at least one of her parents is a control freak. Huh. There you go. Captain Will in the house. To buy a car new or 5 to 10 years old, I bought a car 4 years old. I will never buy a brand new car. Let somebody else take the depreciation hit. And buy a Toyota. The churches rank with feminazism. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Christian women also breed, they breathe feminism too, guys. Joe Biden, yeah, so most times it's similar to an arranged marriage, and the man is expected to be a Torah scholar, and the woman is expected to be a helpmate to the husband. Also, divorces looked down upon. That's what I thought. How do you get divorced in the Jewish church? Do you get excommunicated? Matt's back. Good to have you, brother. Interesting. That's very interesting, Joe. I'd be really curious what happens. And if you get married in the Jewish church, do you have to go through a biblical study before, like the Catholics? Even if you get married, don't forget she is not yours. It's your turn. All rules of the red pill apply to both marriage and non-marriage. Abel returns to Eden. Much love. Stay as wonderful as you are. Good to have you here. Tell me where you're from. I can't remember. Meditation instead of dating works for me. Well said, Matt. We need to do more meditation, get out of our heads. Don't get married, Rip Vention. I used to call him Ventian when we change exchanges. Me and Bitcoin just got in a relationship. We're serious, but it's complicated. Change that to your status. I'm out, brother. Sleep well, brother T-Talk. And the marriage is officiated by a local rabbi, so the state for the most time have no say. Some register just for the secular benefits. Interesting. Shout out to the crypto guy. You just got a job as a blockchain developer. Man, you must be one smart cat, brother. I would sure love to be married to a young woman and raising kids in the wilderness, but there is no trust, so I married my waifu. You are at peace, Saifu. Monk mode and celibate for 7 years. It's a superpower. There you go. It is. I believe it's a superpower, guys. Not a big Dr. Phil pan when the rubber meets the road. But his wife once said when they married, their agreement was he makes the living, she makes the living worthwhile. What's so hard about that? I like that statement. He makes the living, she makes the living worthwhile. Good food, a couple back scratches, maybe some intimacy once a week. That's what he's referring to. The two richest men in the world, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, couldn't keep their wives happy. What hope do you have that marriage is going to work? Ain't that the truth? Going to take a high road and speak at the service. Good. Be respectful, even though I have issues with her self-sabotage. I still have a job to do raising my son. Thank you, Rad. You know what? You got 100% custody now. And be respectful. She's the mother of your son, and she birthed him. And that's how you look at it. That's how I look at it now. You know, mine had 3. And I respect what she went through. It didn't change. You know, back then, she was a great mother. Great wife at one point. But be respectful, and that'll go miles and miles and miles. That is a man that is red pill. Good for you, brother. I'd rather buy a used car instead of dating an overran woman. You get more investment in the used car. Buy a used Toyota. They have the best resale value. I don't know if it's a superpower. It's a prescription for peace. The man with no name back. It is a prescription for peace. I think the superpower is the awareness of what's behind the female nature curtains. I ran into many virgin girls that have a promiscuous womanist mentality. It is what it is. FJT. Oh my gosh, ain't that the truth? Just go on YouTube and watch these delusionals. They run from 15 to 75. Like the granny in the video with Coach Greg Adams, right? It's hard to get a divorce because it's only the man that can declare to get a divorce. But there are stories of women hiring people to kidnap her husband to make him sign the divorce papers. Wow. Yeah, I heard it's crazy. Interesting. That's great perspective. Appreciate that, Joe. Congrats on your job. Don't feel sorry for a hob. I don't know what a hob is. I'm off. Or a Subaru Rad. Yeah, you know, Subarus do remain. I don't like Subarus personally. They're just too narrow for me. And they tend to be run by a lot of simps and the alternate lifestyle, but it depends on what kind you have. Remember the Subaru Brat back in the day? A little mini pickup? I thought that was cool. But it's kind of turned into more of a let's go Brandon car. Some of them are pretty cool. I actually like the Subaru WRXs, the fast motor cars that they make. But I don't like most of them. But they do retain their value. Okay, how do you go about getting married in a Jewish church, Captain Will? Damn, son, dealing with the truth and not going insane is a superpower. Take it from one who knows. You know what's under the curtains. That's all. That's all it is. You know what's under the covers. My marriage is with most. I knew this, especially Sheba, if you know what I mean. You're in a relationship with Shiba Coin. JR, Brothers and Rad, have a great stream and evening. You too, brother. Take care. My truck is the only girl in my life. Just did some repairs, and she will remain loyal as long as I take care of her. There you go. She will continue to take you many miles of peace and happiness as long as you take care of her. She will give you more in return. Make sure to check her oil every 3 months or 5,000 miles. Chrysler Laser, the Lexus of the 80s. I remember that car. Riggs Jr. in the house. Evening to you. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Where is Riggs at? We need to know where Riggs is. The delusional granny in the blue negligee. Yeah. Toyota is a great car. I don't know where Trung's been, but Trung was on the channel for a while. He's a mechanic and was going through a divorce and not being able to see his kids, but he just said never, dude, the Toyotas were where it's at. When I bought my car 4 years ago, it was 4 years old. And now it's worth the exact same amount that I paid for it due to the crazy chip crisis. Well said, Robert. Never pay full price for a used female. Correct. And no one wants a woman who has been divorced because it's so rare. They assume that she must be no good, since, like I said, only the man can declare and marriage being looked down upon, not good. Very interesting. So do they have a harder time getting remarried after? Kim Kardashian is dating Pete Davidson. Kanye still talking about wanting her back. True simp. True simp. I love it. Well, you know what? The fantasy is not the reality. I don't know why he married her in the first place. Well, he probably wants her back because he's the mother of the kids. I can understand that. Rad, YouTube sent to me because I was 2 RP, see above. Jeez. Okay. Nissan was excellent until they ran into corporate corruption. Well, Nissan was great until they sold to Renault, the French company, in the, 96, 97? That's when it all went. A lot of their cars had issues after that, but they were going back when they were Datsun, right? Hey, I'll be doing a live stream in 40 minutes about turning the corner on BS drama and entanglement. Check it out. Check out Saifu's channel as well. I'll make an appearance. Do you think Toyota have great resale? I do. They have the best. Toyota and Lexus. Better than Nissan. Unless it's, I think, which Nissan? The Maxima does okay. It's not, it used to be higher. Nissan was a much better vehicle company before they sold the French. So the French own it. I think they're still made in, I don't know where they're made, but yeah, they had a lot of issues, especially with the Pathfinders in like the early 2000s. I mean, they're still better than, they're still a decent car, but not as good as they once were. Does that make sense? Good night. Remember, monk for life. All right, brother. See you over there. Kanye West, a fool. Let her go. Yeezy. Yeah. Big Dick Day, and I am driving a Toyota 4Runner, 5th generation. And before that, I drove a Lexus for 15 years. Before that, a Lexus. I did have a BMW with 56,000 miles that blew a head gasket, and I changed that damn oil all the time. And I had a Mercedes, an old 1980. What was it, 200 SE? I'm seeing Tahoes with 160 going for 20. Oh, absolutely. As a mechanic, I see a vehicle that's going to need a new suspension and driveline soon with the way the average public maintains their vehicles. I'm assuming that it hasn't even gone through a new drivetrain. Usually like 80,000 is when they fall apart. Ask Riggs what he thinks about Toyota 4Runners with the VVT engine. I saw a video compilation on YouTube of women whining and complaining about being stood up. They claim he doesn't know what he's missing. Wrong. He knows. You go, girl. Well said, Lisa. There's a lot of delusion out there. Red Mind Man, check out Saifu. Black Irish. Just type that in. Are you retired in Mexico? I don't know if you're asking me, but no, not yet. Rad XZ is in the house. That other commenter's name is pronounced Sifu, not Saifu. Okay. Sifu. Thank you for telling me. Subs. Subis have best resales. Also, might have never been to the shop in 7 years. What kind do you have? They have the Subaru has this. It's no, that I'm thinking Mazda. Mazda's got that straight, that weird engine, that rotary engine. Doesn't Subaru have like a slant 6 or something? It's hard. They usually try and marry the woman off to a mentally ill man. It's sad, to be honest, because most are still good women compared to the modern 304s. Interesting. Yeah, I know that Jewish religion is a very tight culture, so that's interesting. Only Nissan I've dealt with is pre-1990. Yeah, the early, I think 95 and earlier were great. Solid vehicles. Hondas are for work. Nissans are for the weekends. Vintage soul. There you go. I do all my maintenance. I do most of mine, but the oil filter in mine is that weird deal, and somebody tightened it so hard that I had to take it in to get it done. Sifu. That's Sifu's channel. Dodge Ram is a man's truck. It can pillage through old little schoolhouses. Got a buddy with a Dodge Ram. I have an 87 Toyota 22R 4x4 single cab. These trucks from the 80s are immortal and value doesn't know. Those are dope. In fact, all the Nissan, I had a Nissan Toyota truck, a pickup truck. It was a 93 back in the day. Those things run forever. But I think it was before Renault took over. Oh, it was in 2000. They were reliable up until about 04, as I've heard it. Yes. Yeah. Is Renault, just ask yourself, Renault was a crappy car and they bought a nice car company. What do you think they're going to do? 14 Impreza manual. Gotcha. Ooh, stick shift. There you go. I like that. Well, ask one fast stack. I like my 600 horsepower Dakota. There you go. Don't you have two of them? One? Boxer's rad, invented by Carl Benz Sr. Boxer's rad. Are you talking about Porsche Boxer? Tell me what you're telling me, Boxers. Daughter got new Forester with the stick shift, DKS 13827. My friend at work is married with 4 children, 2 of his stepkids, and all he does is tell me how much his wife lays into him about everything wrong. He pays for everything too. Ain't easy, guys, Slam. Ain't easy. Ever try Tokyo drifting? Matt Towner. No, but I've been to Thermal Racetrack and I did a drift pad. And I was going in a BMW. Oh my gosh. Sliding that thing around. It was great. BMW 5 Series, M5. Hauling ass around the track, going 180 miles an hour. And then I went to the drift pad and I spun it around 180. That was cool. He does have some good stuff. What about Sifu? Sifu, the Red Mind man, is at Sifu Black Irish. He's got a live stream going on. Hey, Slam, I exited all that. I said X 30 years now. Wow, look at that. 30 years. Frontiers were excellent. D-Man 50. The Nissan Frontier. Yes, they were. I steer clear of SUVs. I'll keep my Silverado and Civic along with my motorbikes. Can't go wrong. Stick shifts are awesome. My first car was a Datsun 510 4-speed stick shift. Loved it. It's probably still running today somewhere. I have a 94 Chevy Cheyenne 2500, 5.7 liter, Red My Man. Woo! Change gears, not genders. Attaboy. My homie is suffering, but all I can do is listen and help. I don't get why someone would get married after they know all the info out there. It's because they haven't learned to be alone. I think another will make them feel validated. Only Ram I want comes fitted with a Cummins. Cummins engines for 300 Trebek. Dr. Dre's ex put sheriff on him to get her money. Go to great lengths, guys. Be very careful. It's really fun to counter once you try it. There you go, Matt. Inflation going to be crazy, so investing money to crypto is wise at these times, Renai Shawan. Well, it also decentralizes everything. Now the banks don't have control. See, that's why they're upset. The government and the banks don't have control over this. Diversified financial decentralization. Boxer engine, flat fours with balanced pistol. Also used in old Porsches. Gotcha. I know that a lot of guys put Subaru engines in Volkswagen buses and Vanagons because the Volkswagen bus engine and the Vanagon engine was a piece of crap. Okay, wise choice of a car. In Europe, the Forerunner is known as Toyota Helix. Good cars. Haven't owned one yet, but my father's bought one secondhand. Good quality. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think they're the Helix in Mexico, too. Good evening, gents. El Padrino in the house. Good to have you. Another reason to visit Kansas City. Whataburger's finally arrived thanks to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes for 300 Trebek. I miss stick shift, loving my Yamaha. Yep, sticks are now considered a option. Have you ever thought about buying an electric sports bike? Super 73 and cake bikes are sick. I've seen them. I had an electric skateboard about 10 years ago. They look pretty cool, but a lot of the electric bikes are so expensive. Man, I think the Super 73 is what, like $1,200? Invest in precious metals like brass and lead. Yeah, absolutely. Brass especially, and copper. Hyperinflation is coming. Soon bread will be $20 at a Toro in the house. Good to see you. Team Yamaha. I owned a Yamaha scooter. Damn thing ran for it. Put 13,000 miles on a 50cc scooter. Loved it. Polska Bob. Riggs is here. You guys have been great. I've got to go get some water and hang out. Remember, feel sorry for the next guy or thank him because he just took a load of problems off your back. Let's rebel against defeat, chase excellence. Check out Sifu's channel. I'm out.